Greetings! Are you feeling stuck? Have you reached a wall in your skill and you feel like you cannot progress? Or maybe, are you just a new player who needs a couple of OS tips? Well then, keep watching, because I have 7 niche OS tips that ranges from life-changing to mildly interesting. Now, let's get into the video faster than a score farmer gets into a newly ranked 5-star marathon map. Tip number 1. If you have a mental block on a certain map, flip the map in the editor and try to play it that way a couple of times. Mental blocks. You are already pretty comfortable with playing the map, except for that one nasty pattern that keeps tripping you up. So you miss that, retry, miss at the same place, rinse and repeat 50 times, and hey, you just got yourself some mental block. If that happens, try to slightly change things up in the map to make it novel, but still the same pattern. You have a bunch of options: rotate it, mirror it, increase the approach rate, make the nodes slightly bigger or smaller, use a different skin even. The only limit is your imagination. Comment below which maps you have mental blocks on. Tip number 2. Is your tablet pen slippery? No problem. If you have troubles with the pen slipping, try to wrap it in tennis over grip or kinesio tape. Personally, I prefer kinesio tape since it is very thin and you can stretch it even more to make it extra thin. It also lasts longer that way. If you happen to make a hole in it with your sharp nails like some other people, tennis over grip is a little bulky and will make your pen much thicker. And from my experiences, they still slip a little. I haven't tried it on mouse, but I bet you could use some kinesio tape on it too to make it less slippery. Just never ever try the strawberry jam method. Tip number 3. Take a hot shower before playing. Okay, I know it sounds weird, but hear me out. When you take a hot shower before playing OS, you are just instantly warmed up. It takes so much less effort to get into your peak physical condition that it shouldn't even be allowed. But it is. I have no scientific explanation for this one. Probably makes your muscles relax and gets the blood flowing. Just have a nice relaxing shower. It helps with the gamer's thing too. Tip number 4. Hold the pen higher for more jump aim heavy maps and hold the pen lower for precision maps. I have heard this from a number of players and I have experienced it myself as well. If you hold your pen higher, bigger and faster jumps become easier, but you lose some precision. If you hold your pen lower, you will get much more precise, especially when it's needed for hard rock and low CS maps in general. But this is at the cost of your macro movement, so screen jumps and fast jumps become much harder, especially in a higher BPM. It's always nice to experiment around with pen grips, so keep this in mind the next time you are going for your next DT or hard rock top score. Tip number 5. Likewise, try to extend your fingers for maps requiring more accurate hits and retract them in a claw position for more speed. This one is similar to the previous tip, except for your tapping hand, bend your fingers inwards if you want more speed. Extend them for more accurate hits. If you are alternating, you might not get the same effect. From my experiences, bending it in works better with streaming speed and extending your fingers works best with tapping. Tip number 6. Make your gaming station as ergonomic as possible. Due to a back injury I got on my hiatus, I had to make some big changes around my desk to reduce back pain. New chair with lumbar support, monitor raised to my eye level, keyboard placed so my elbows are on the same level as my hands, all the good stuff. Now, you want to do the same for OS as well, even if you don't have any issues with your back. Yet. Sooner or later, your back will have enough of your shrimp shenanigans, so you want to protect it. It might even make playing more comfortable too. Just look at Waxay. Do you think he keeps those books under his monitor just to flex on you with his superior intellect? Well, maybe so, but it also positions the monitor in a more ergonomic position. And finally, tip number 7. Eat healthy, sleep well, get in a routine. Lastly, we have some generic positive, wholesome Chungus tips. 100. A healthy lifestyle is seriously underrated when it comes to your performance. Junk food might give you energy in the short term, but the health effects will be detrimental in the long term. Also, you don't want to fry your dopamine receptors with junk food. You need it for OS's positive feedback loop. Oh, you want sources for this theory?
My source is that I made it the fuck up!
Sleeping well is probably even more of a buff, but it can be incredibly hard to, get in a good sleeping routine. routine. Working out helps a ton in this regard, as well as if you stop staring at the computers or the phone's screen before bed. As for general routine, being consistent with your playtime does also wonders to your improvement. Athletes have rigid training schedules as well, so there is no reason why improvement in O's would be any different. But of course, you have to remember to have fun with it, otherwise you will just burn out in a year like how so many people. It's also probably not completely feasible for everyone due to their different lifestyles, but it's just something to keep in mind. Well, that's it for today. Hope you found at least some of these tips useful. If you have any of yours to share, please do in the comments below. Until next time, bye!